You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans, I've got your early weekly spoilers for July 14th through the 18th. We're going to talk about Kristen being accused and Sophia scrambling. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, reach down, hit that subscribe button. We have so much to talk about, and as we always do on early edition day, we talk about what's coming the rest of this week to set the stage for those next week early spoilers. On Wednesday, July 9th, Gwen kisses Xander at the Salem Inn. And Gwen may want more than that, but Xander is more concerned about winning custody of little Victoria. And while he is still married to Sarah, hopping in bed with greedy Gwen is not going to help his case. And he's probably smart enough to realize that. Plus, you know, he loves Sarah. We know he does. Javi learns more about Leo's past. Remember, Gwen called him Maddie, and Leo quickly said his real name was Matthew Cooper and said he would tell him more later. And of course, his abusive mom, Diana Colville, gave him the worst mommy issues, and he had daddy issues too. Counseling with Marlena has helped him a lot. So I just wonder if Leo is going to unpack some of his emotional baggage and tell Javi that he slept with his best friend Gwen's husband and broke her heart. Ari is headed over to the pub, but Doug 3's debt collector goon is right there stalking her. Good thing Kayla Brady runs into her and the goon's got to try again later. Ari heads upstairs, but is frustrated by Doug 3's resistance. Ari is in Doug 3's bedroom and gets a kiss, but then he taps the brakes and he is pushing Ari away to protect her, but the goons already have her on their radar. So Doug 3's not the brightest bulb in this shed. Let's just say that, because it's too little too late. Marlena's dizzy spell and near collapse freaks out Belle. And I wonder if Marlena is keeping something from her. Now, we did hear her talking to Sarah and all her tests and everything look fine, but there may be symptoms that as a doctor, Marlena knows she's having that don't show up on that test. She could be suffering from some kind of, medical manifestation of a broken heart over losing John Black, or there could be some underlying serious medical condition. Belle's very worried, and Marlena's going to start having some weird dreams soon. Thursday, July 10th, Tony and EJ discuss Johnny as a possible new CEO for DiMera Enterprises. EJ's obviously confident that those pesky attempted murder charges will be gone and he'll be, all clean as a whistle again. Tony wants to take the company back from Titan and he wants to make it legit. Of course, we know EJ doesn't like things that are legit. This whole plan hinges on Johnny getting cleared, and soon enough, Tony is conspiring with Gabby and EJ is conspiring with Gwen. The SD card reveals a big surprise for Belle and Jada, and again, we're back to who the heck sent it to them, because EJ was the one that had it. So did he send it for some reason? And what they see could lead Belle and Jada down a whole new rabbit hole. So we'll see if it shows Johnny giving the gun to EJ, because I don't think we've seen all of what's on the memory card before EJ pulled it out of the camera that night. So maybe they see little Rachel Black lurking in the shadows behind the door. Very few people seem to think Johnny is capable of this, and yet we're continuing on with these charges. Philip and Xander argue about the direction they want for Titan. Philip, of course, is still kind of leery about Xander after the beating, but he's not going to walk away and he's not going to rat out his brother. Philip has too much skin in the game and his silence buys him a lot of power over Xander. Chanel and EJ rally around Johnny. Of course, they know he's innocent, even though at one time EJ thought Johnny shot him. So it looks like he may actually accuse Kristen, who was an initial suspect, if you remember. Sources indicate she will wind up going to prison for this to protect Rachel once the awful truth comes out. On Friday, July 11th, Johnny gets an update from Madam Mayor Paulina Price. Recently, Belle was reinstated as DA on the case, and EJ has settled everything. He's accepting that. He gets to be the defense attorney. The judge wants the district attorney, not her assistant, because this is such a high profile case with Johnny trying to kill noted infamous citizen EJ. So Paulina may tell all this to Johnny so he's not taken off guard. And I do wonder if Paulina might tell him what's on the video card, because I'm expecting Jada and Belle to tell the mayor. Meanwhile, Belle gets caught up in EJ's manipulations. However, Belle may manipulate EJ right back. This can't be good for their budding relationship, and I wonder if Belle will call things quits short term while the trial is going on, because it's such a bizarre conflict of interest, even though she is allowed to try the case. The defendant's her nephew. The victim is her boyfriend, EJ, who is also Johnny's defense attorney. It's insanely messy. Chanel gets interrogated by Jada. Now, they may be asking her about Johnny's whereabouts the night that EJ was shot. Chanel could offer an alibi or not, but I just wonder if the Days writers remember that spousal privilege is very important. It means that Chanel does not have to answer any questions about Johnny or testify against her husband, no matter what. That's what spousal privilege is. Maggie and Xander are back to arguing. She probably won't like to hear that Gwen's back and, sniffing around him. And of course, Maggie is still blaming Xander for breaking Sarah's heart and now trying to snatch away sole custody. And I wonder if Xander gave Sarah an idea about getting a confession on tape. Because remember, when they were talking at the bistro, Xander got mad. He thought Sarah was recording him when she asked him to just admit that he beat his brother. So maybe Sarah will actually record it when she comes at Philip demanding he tell the truth, but I don't think he's going to give up any of that. The week of July 14th through the 18th, Sophia and Melinda are trying to cover their tracks with the baby dump, and Sophia is going to mail a letter for her son to the Salem Fire Department that Javi's going to bring home for the baby to keep. Trask could wind up facing disbarment if her lie and these forged documents she's doing are discovered. This is a lot like when she was conspiring with Sloan to steal Nicole and Eric's baby, but at least she knows how to do it and she knows the mistakes she made last time. So maybe she's the perfect person to do it, right? Marlena is still not feeling well next week, and at some point soon she's going to land in the hospital for a bit as these dreams and possible hallucinations start plaguing her. Kristen may be accused of shooting EJ formally. This is all part of his plan to save Johnny. And soon Sarah and Marlena are going to find out that Rachel is sitting on more info about the shooting that's critical to this trial. But neither Sarah nor Marlena are going to come forward with it, it seems. Holly and Ari need to team up to survive their kidnapper because Doug 3 couldn't pay his loan shark in a timely fashion. The bad guys look like they're going to snatch both girls while they're off at senior camp week. Tate rages at Doug 3 when he realizes what happened, and it seems like someone's going to have to bail Doug 3 out and pay that debt so the girls don't pay with their lives. And the truth is out soon about Sophia giving birth, and she lies and tells Tate it was a girl who was immediately adopted out thanks to her scheme with Melinda.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.